log into my account real quick.
What they say when you call.
I just had to leave a voicemail and package one in. I'll back to get Monday. I'll make sure we go back to the right guy.
There it goes, starting, finally.
Tony, let's go.
Is it working?
Yep,
Otherwise, I would have
there we go.
Right.
all the information I had.
Alright, shut the door.
Alright, we'll be out in a minute.
Cool, so we are running live, it looks like.
We are live. Internet can see us. So my face is obscured by the Lone Wolf logo, but that's alright.
Ooh, technical difficulties.
So we'll give everybody a second to find us. You can hear us, that's good. Yeah, the stream health's horrible. I must have a crappy connection. Do you want to try and plug me in real quick instead? It'll kill your connection there.
Well, I have
but-
Wi-Fi too, so.
Gonna get plugged in.
Yeah, alright, if you're watching this, we'll be right back. We're gonna try again.
And we're back.
Yeah.
She a little bit faster now.
Yeah, well, I'm plugged right in now, so.
Oh
I should
yeah,
be
you're
the
straight.
fastest.
Straight. Yeah.
Just gotta wait for the. There's roughly, I want to say, an 8-second delay.
Yeah, it was pretty delayed. Is the new one running yet or not?
Not yet. It still says offline. Come on. There we go. Stream health is good so far. Okay, it just continued at the same one. So anybody that tuned in briefly.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like it's going now.
Make sure you can hear us on your end, Joe, if you want to turn the volume on just for a second.
Yeah, volume's working.
Alright. Okay, just continue at the same one, so. Alright, sorry, we're back. Mark from Paintball. You can see on the top right corner, you got Joe behind the desk. And in the other view, we've got Tony and Matthew. Matthew is from Detroit Paintball and is joining us for today to talk about the Paintball Extravaganza that the three of them went to. They didn't bring me this year. No hard feelings. Not bitter at all.
No, yeah, he's not better whatsoever.
Not even a little bit. You know.
Sorry, you wouldn't have fun anyways.
No. I couldn't have gotten free chicken wings from the lady during the mixer.
No, we're
We
still
didn't even stay for the chicken wing.
Nice. So, I mean, just to start off, what was the general consensus for Extravaganza this year? Matt, you want to tell us what your thoughts were before we?
Yeah, it was my first year ever going. It was interesting. It was about like what you see on the videos and stuff. There was a lot of new product, a lot of stuff you couldn't quite see yet. But it was interesting to kind of see a lot of the people behind the scenes that make the paintball industry, and you get to see a lot of the pros and people from PB Nation and a lot of the paintball manufacturing and social media networks and stuff, and it was awesome. There was quite a few items I really wanted to get to see and missed the opportunity, but I got to see some other stuff that I was fairly impressed ultimately.
Did you do any of the tech classes or anything?
I did. I did take Planet Eclipse classes on the new Etha 2 that basically just debuted. I think it's around a $400 price point or so, and did a testing video actually of it today, shooting it in our Michigan, whatever this is, weather of 35 degrees outside without the wind chill, and it performed. I was shooting actual ultra evil paint by Empire through it, and had no
Super river.
brakes whatsoever. No cycling issues or anything.
Good.
And matter of
So you got to you got to take home and eat the two?
yes, I did.
Cool. Yeah. So that's one of the cool things about the tech classes is a lot of these classes that you signed up for. So you actually got to work on the equipment, and then you got to keep it too.
Yes.
So that
yes.
was incorporated into the price and whatnot.
Correct.
So
Correct. And it was interesting because you don't get to air it up when you leave. So my relief of, oh, it's sealed. There's no leaks. It shoots.
So you found out when you got home if you passed the class.
Yes. Yes.
So you guys do the tech class. You tear the one of the, I think it was Aaron from Planet Eclipse.
It was.
So he runs you through the whole gun from stem to stern.
Yep.
Take
Yep.
it apart, service it, troubleshoot it.
Yep.
You take it all apart, you put it back together, and then when you got home, you got to find out, oh wow, I actually passed the class. So.
The true test.
Nice.
Absolutely. And that's I mean, for what that gun, from what I could see, it had to offer, I mean, you know, it's a great budget marker, and I think they did a fantastic job. I still own a original Etha that I had gotten from a Lone Wolf, I don't know how many years ago, but I still had it, and it wasn't Lone Wolf's, you know, issues with the gun, but there was some, you know, just some operating stuff, and it just, you know, you have some problems with it, so then eventually got the updates, but I still have it, but it was just like, the gun is robust in your hands, it has kind of a tactical feel with a little trigger tuning. I was able to make it a little bit lighter, a little bit shorter, but yet easy to rip. 15 balls per second. If anybody wants to see the video, it's on Facebook under no blood. Oh, okay. Well, it's under Maddie Chernenko if you guys want to take a look at it. But it was I was impressed. I mean, you know, with the whole platform, because I know like dealers and whatnot were able to kind of see it at World Cup and stuff. So I didn't get to see it, but hearing from Aaron talking about Badlands and Rennick Miller and them kind of getting run through its paces and a lot of other PE product. I mean, it's a good platform.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
nice.
impressed.
Yeah, it's the first. I mean, because the Etha's been around now. What? I don't know, 5-6 years. I mean, I feel like it's been around a while. So that's the first revamp to the actual Etha they've done. Planet Eclipse. I mean, they always constantly improving their guns and things like that, and newer versions, especially the high end stuff. But yeah, the Etha, it was a tried and true gun, and so yeah, it's been held up. So it was cool. Yeah, it's I really like the new look of it and everything like that. I know they changed around like the board. They were saying it's all one piece, all up top.
Yep.
You know, less damage.
They
things like
did
that.
a real nice thing too that when we got to tear it apart, what they did is, like, if you remember the Axe or the Mini, I can't remember if it was the Axe Pro, but where they had the eyes like on the board.
That's what they did.
Yeah, but there was holes for it. What PE did with it is they put reflectors in there. So instead of, like, if the ball breaks and paint gets injected through the eyelets to cover up your eyes, they're actually running reflectors. So the eye,
the beam.
yeah. So it's like, you know, 2 telescopes or periscopes. You know, so
That's
it's
cool.
like if you break a ball, you're not having basically paint fill going through, getting onto your board. So I think you won't have the corrosion issues. And
Nice.
Aaron was able to talk about it a little bit. He did say that Jack Wood, basically told him to put it through its paces too. Aaron was saying, like, he put it in the freezer, left it in there for a while. He was like, we want you to basically break it, basically.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, find out exactly what its limits are. You know,
Yeah.
how much, you know, what exactly it's going to take. So,
Yep.
yeah, no, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, the Etha, the new Etha was, I think there was some, like, sneak peeks of it at World Cup for kind of just dealers only, but this was, now they're, you know, putting out the stuff that should be ready to start shipping those soon. So, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, the Etha, and then,
Real quick, any of you guys watching at home, Dylan Lazo says, give me free stuff. We'll get to that. You'll see on the screen is
everybody
the...
wants a freebie.
Everybody wants a freebie. If you see on the screen, there's the phone number. That's the store phone number. If you've got any questions you want to call in, Ask any of the guys anything about Paintball Extravaganza. We'll start with that first. We can branch into other things afterwards. Just when Adam answers the phone, say, I'm calling for the live feed, and he'll shout over for us to pick up the phone. Real quick, so Tony and Joe, we obviously went last year. What did you think this year compared to last year's? Was there more vendors, less vendors, more new stuff, less new stuff?
This year, yeah, it was. So yeah, I think it was actually our third year total going. Each year, it's kind of been dropping off. Yeah, 2 years ago there was a lot of guys. Last year, it just seemed like this year definitely was a little bit less. Probably total vendors, Empire and GI Sports, for example, they didn't have a full booth set up. They just had a small little booth highlighting the Tippmann airsoft stuff. So it did seem like the overall attendance was a little bit down this year, just from the the actual store owners and then from the actual vendors. But yeah, still a good year. A lot of cool stuff that came out. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely say less. I think you covered everything really. That
Yeah.
was, that was about it.
Yeah.
All right, something I've seen a lot of people talking about online is the fact that Empire and GI Sports doesn't participate. They didn't last year. They weren't there this year either, right?
No, they were last. Yeah, they were there the last 2 years.
Okay.
This year they weren't.
They weren't. Okay.
Yeah, so they were focusing more on the core event. They did in the beginning of February down in Fort Lauderdale, where like their new like corporate head offices. They did a core event like for just their dealers. So it was kind of a similar thing. They went over some of the new products and similar to Paintball Extravaganza, like Matt talked about. There's tech classes. There's a lot of other stuff for field owners too. How to brand your field with social media. Airsoft, haunts, just all the type of stuff in general. So which is cool about it. It's all the field owners get together. It's really the only really big event like that where it's everybody, all different vendors and people from all over, where kind of get together, just talk about the industry and where it's going and how we can improve and things like that. So that was, but yeah, GI did their kind of separate event. So I don't know what the plans for next year are, but
Well, I guess what I'm looking for is like, does that irk you because then it's a separate event you have to go to see their stuff, or is it we don't mind, it gives us an excuse to get out of the state again?
Unfortunately I wanted to go. I wanted to go this year. I wasn't able to make it down for the core thing, but I'm not sure. I mean, it seemed like some guys were definitely disappointed they weren't there. So yeah, it's always cool to see those guys and everything like that. So, but maybe after this year, everybody kind of missing them. They'll come back for the next year. So
sounds good. So, guys, kind of went over the Etha already. What other new guns did you see? What did we?
I don't know.
What did Azodin have? They
had nothing. They had a blue Anno, and that was it.
So
They had nothing new.
They had a Team Insanity blue anodized
Yeah.
gun. Nice.
So looking at the comments, PB Get Wrecked, Lone Wolf Paintball. What's your opinion on the Freak XL inserts not being compatible? That was probably one of the big things everybody was looking forward to this year. Was the launch of the new Freak XL kit. Like Tim said in the videos, I mean, they hadn't done anything to the Freak since 2001. So the fact that it's not really compatible with the other stuff is to be expected. I mean, you buy a computer and 2 weeks later, stuff's not compatible for it. So to say that, it had a 16-year run with no changes, was pretty good. So it looked like an awesome kit. Can't wait to shoot it. Based on what Tim said. Him and Tony did a video on that.
So basically, with the Freak XL kit, you went from a 5-inch control with the original Freak inserts to an 8-inch control bore with the new XL kit. Yes, you got to buy a new tip because they're not going to fit into the old tips. And then the back obviously is included with the case. All the inserts are, once again, 8 inches long. It's going to help you with the accuracy and the actual kickback on the marker itself. So I haven't personally shot one, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So we'll just have to get one in store and try it out for you guys. We'll do a video on that coming in the future.
So hit up Planet Eclipse's Twitter feeds and stuff and say, send Lone Wolf a gun.
Planet Eclipse,
Or,
it's
I'm
God.
sorry, God, sorry.
Yeah, they said those should be available mid-March. So.
Well, that too. The free kit. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
the Etha too.
Yeah.
The Etha too.
Tell Planet
We'll just
Eclipse to
steal
send us an
that.
Etha. Tell guys to
Test it
send us a
out.
free kit.
Yeah.
We'll tell Vulcan to send us a code. But if you guys tell them it doesn't sound as beggy as if we reach out. So
Speaking of Vulcan, you said they came out with a new switch loader. Do you want to touch on that or go somewhere
yeah,
else?
no, we can hit the loader, we can hit the code.
Yes.
They had a new mask too, right?
Yeah, it was.
It's a redo of the Prophet,
Yeah.
so they kind of took it over.
Well, which one do you
Pick
guys
one.
want to pick first?
Yeah, let Matt talk about the Vulcan. He's
Alright.
on a Vulcan sponsor team, so.
I am, and with that, I got to test out the Switch or the VSL as well. I was impressed. The field and team that I play for, we've been kind of able to work with Vulcan on it, and we were able to find some ways to improve it and to get rid of some of the little prototyping of the bugs and everything, and to see the final product is awesome. It feeds at least 15 balls per second, if not more, like 18, and I can't wait for it because I like to play a lot of different forms of paintball, so to be able to shoot 68 cal or switch to 50 cal if you're doing the low impact things against younger players and stuff, I think you got one hopper that can essentially permit you to play two different forms of paintball, to where you can play against younger players and kind of help grow, and they can understand about it's not just being concerned about getting shot, but it's the adrenaline rush of getting to shoot somebody else as well. So
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
The young ones are the future of the sport, so we know we're all getting old, so they're going to have to take
Yeah,
over.
nice shot. For those that don't know, I've started playing paintball actually at Lone Wolf back in like '98, and these young men were quite a bit younger back then, and getting to play with your dad at IAO events and whatnot, and so yeah, we're definitely not getting any younger. Definitely
No,
reaping the fruits of the labor.
for sure.
But it's a very impressive hopper. I mean, just for the price mark, and now it's kind of to see.
At how much? $130?
Yeah, $130. So I think we'll see some good things from Vulcan on that, as well as we're seeing like even the level from
GI Sports.
GI. I mean, it's like we're having hoppers that are around the $150 mark, which, I mean, man, it feeds. I mean, it depends on what format, I guess, of paintball you're playing, but you don't really need more than 15 balls per second.
No, that's it. Yeah, and speaking of,
Vulcan switch to the LTR.
yeah,
Whoa! Another hopper on the market for 100.
yeah, that was exciting to see. Diet, just like a day or two before, it sent out a couple teaser pics to like the dealers' emails. Just everyone had an idea they were going to release a new hopper, but as Tony mentioned, yeah, Dye came out with the new Dye LTR. For the most part, pretty much just like the original rotor. They did upgrade they put in that extra fin that you see in the R2 to help cut down any jamming, which is nice. But the big thing is that it retails at $100 for all you guys. Really, the only difference, the only things they took away from the other one, a lot of people ask, well, why is it so cheap? What did they get rid of? They really only actually
The windows and the jewel.
Yeah, I actually have my original rotor that was sitting here. So the only thing they got rid of on
Can I see it on the camera?
yeah, on the new LTR.
Spin that one around so you can.
So, but yeah, so if you guys can see, they just got rid of that window, and then on the bottom, instead of it having a jewel, that a lot of people, I'm lucky that mine's still on there. They're kind of, it just engraved, molded rotor into the shell, and it just doesn't have that plastic window. So that was the only thing they subtracted from it. They added the upgraded, feed paddle in there.
So performance-wise, an upgraded feed paddle, same as R2. Aesthetics-wise, let's be honest. I mean, it's all about looking good, but the hopper still looks good, and for $100, I would not complain.
So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was another nice thing that came out there. See if anybody else had any other.
Chris Davis says, I hear they got rid of the carbon tip. This is back on the Freak XL.
Yeah,
They have a separate one available though.
Yeah, only buy the one-piece carbon.
Yeah, with the Freak XL, yeah, like someone's like we'd said in there, all the old Freak stuff's not compatible with it. It's completely different system with the control board being 8 inches now instead of 5. I mean, obviously that you weren't going to be able to use any of the old stuff. I think the benefits are going to far outweigh the cons, but they haven't put out anything new in like 15, 16 years, so you can't really be too upset with them if you finally got to upgrade your stuff after using it that long.
Absolutely. And I think you'll see the improvement of that system on your closed bolt markers like an autococker or a pump, or
So definitely.
not that that will be that thread, but even like the old shoebox shocker. I mean, you've got that much longer. You're compressing the ball if you're underboring that much or whatever.
But yeah, for the carbon fiber thing, like you said, it's just you get the
It's a
free
one
XL
piece.
kit, and then you can buy the separate carbon fiber one, and it's just all one piece, and then your new slide goes in there. So yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, we can't wait to get them. So if anyone's interested, reach out to us. We can start running a pre-order list, and get your name in the queue. So. But,
Goose wants to know anything new on the Magfed marker.
Yes.
type of first strike.
First
Yeah,
strike.
first
First
strike. I was
strike,
gonna say, and
First
they've
strike.
been pretty pushy on that. They don't want the old Tiberius name. They want first strike. They released the FSC. I actually grabbed the pamphlet when I was leaving. It's the First Strike compact pistol. I know like Tuesday they had the basic pistol, and then by like Wednesday, they had it with like an 8-inch like mock silencer or something on it. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, they look cool. I know the one video Tony did with him. He had him hold the old platform, and the new one was just the other one, just smaller, lighter, more balanced. It was really cool. And then
What's the name of their bigger body guns? Remember, he was pulling them off the wall saying they were AR-15 Magpul compatible. This and that.
The T15.
The T15. Okay.
Yep.
yeah, it's just 1-to-1 compatible with all the AR stuff. Had a bunch of Magpul accessories and whatnot. And then the biggest thing for the first strike was that drum mag.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said it could do first strike rounds and also standard
Round ball.
68.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a standard round ball or first strike, which is pretty cool. Well, it said just about 100 rounds of each of them in there. So. Yeah, that'll be awesome. He said those won't be ready till 2018. But yeah, that was cool for some of you first strike guys. Stay tuned for that. So that would be
that would be awesome to be able to have at some bigger games
shoot that
this
far.
year. I think that's going to be something that they asking Santa for
For
next
sure,
year.
for sure.
Have 100 first strikes.
shoot that far, that accurate,
Oh,
with that
cow.
that much ammo behind you would be pretty cool. So.
I'm even contemplating that may be like the anti-sniper weapon from all those guys, playing sniper roles. He's over there somewhere. I mean, send a whole bunch of something over that way.
Definitely.
So you can hear our phone ring, and I don't know if that's any of you guys watching, but if you want to call the store, when Adam answers, say, I want to be on the live feed, he'll holler over. Joe will pick up, and we'll put you on the speaker so everybody can hear your questions. Just because I'm kind of going in order, not necessarily Paintball Extravaganza related, but the Ghost Coco says, where'd it go? I'm sorry, Yale Gimnez. I'm horrible at pronouncing stuff. Forgive me. What's the best beginner gun? What would you say out the box for somebody just starting, wanting to get into the sport? I think I know the answer.
I think I always would say revert back to your YouTube channel, which you're already on, I'm assuming, the Tippmann 98 Custom. Flat out, if you're not talking an electronic marker, the Tippmann 98 Custom has been around for many, many years, proven time and time over again. So check it out. It's the marker to have if you're brand new looking for something that's a tank of a gun.
There's a reason it's the rental gun for us at the field here, because it can take a beating and keep going.
That's right.
So
It fields throughout the nation, pretty much.
So you can't ask for a more reliable, solid gun to get you into the sport.
And please do not go to Walmart or something like that and purchase your first paintball gun. If you're local, come to us, cool. If not, go to a paintball store, give them your business. They'll steer you in the right direction.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Sorry. Now I'm going to go back to the Ghost Coco. He said, "What did we think about the new Vulcan gun?"
The code.
Was it the code?
I believe so.
You were Matt?
The Vulcan code. They had, we got to preview it at World Cup again. It's one of those things. They definitely had a more refined version. I haven't personally got to shoot one. It seems real comparable to like the Empire Mini GS. A lot of the same features, kind of same look and feel when you hold it. So we're looking forward to that one. I believe it's going to be priced in like the 250-ish range. So kind of getting back to what's a good beginner gun? Like Tony said, the 98 Custom. If you're looking for something that's more electronic, the Vulcan code, might be a pretty viable option once we get to test those. The Mini GS, things like that. But definitely looking forward to that. Be a good gun for the price. So.
All right, we got Cameron Bodiford, Mr. Hashtag Rest in Peace Dave
There we go.
2K16. But he also said did we say in the video, Inception has a new pump for $50?
Pump kit.
Pump kit. So so clear.
Yeah, it's not. So it's not a $50 pump gun. It's a pump kit. So if you got an old autococker, the sniper guns, things like that.
Even up to the carnivore too.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
it was compatible with a bunch of them. I know he made for the blocks, but yeah, it's a pump kit. So if you have one of those other guns and you don't want to deal with timing and tuning pneumatics anymore, it was a $50 pump kit, which still is a great price point. A lot of guys were cranking out pump kits for double or two and a half times that.
For sure.
All right. Jacob A, is there a new mag? We kind of touched base on the new mags.
Check out First Strike, new mags. Check out First Strike.
And watch earlier in this video or check our videos from
one of the
Paintball
other ones,
Extravaganza.
Tequila 14 says, does the new dye entry level mask come with a dual pane thermal or anti-fog coat?
You can buy. There was two options. I think it was either $30 for the single pane or $40 for the thermal.
It was 25 and 35.
Okay, so 25 and 35. 35 with having the thermal, the lower one obviously with the single pane. But yes, they do. That's cool that Dye came out with that extra option for you.
Now, one of the other ones I saw had fell back. Somebody was asking about the new Vulcan, or not the new Vulcan paint, Virtue. Virtue announced this year.
Mid-March, he said.
Yeah, mid-March, they're going to be putting out 3 different grades of paint. Like I said, I forgot the guy's screen name, but he had asked. No, we didn't get to shoot it. That was one of the questions he put in there. Looking forward to it. They were saying it's the first ball, not the first ball, but it's going to be made all in the USA. There are some, now with Vulcan and GI, most of their paint now is either made in Canada or overseas or whatnot. So it'd be interesting to see how well it's going to shoot, where they're going to make it. GI used to have their Florida plant, so. Yeah, currently from the big guys, I don't think anyone's making anything in the USA right now.
Do you think they're getting that made? What is that? APX or whatever over on the
I saw
West
that as
Coast
well.
or something. Because with that, I think Greg Sewers was there starting his own paint making company called Gel Caps with K in caps. So.
I'm not sure.
Got a couple of companies trying to get into the paint market.
Fighting for it. It's a lot of money.
That was that was one. Tony and I didn't check it out too much. Us being a GI field for this year wouldn't really be too much of an option for us to carry it. So we didn't unfortunately spend a ton of time asking about it. But definitely be interesting to see how well that shoots. So
does that also mean that Lone Wolf isn't going to switch to a First Strike round field anytime soon?
The first strike stuff, we could get the paint. It's still just to hang up with the insurance things. And I know that's been the battle back and forth now for a while. I've been working with them on that. We were kind of hoping to be able to hold a couple special, like a pump, pistol, and Magfed only game. Maybe a couple scenario games throughout the year that we could get the First Strike approved. But we're still working on it, guys. I would love to offer it, but obviously got to make sure the powers that be will sign off on it. So.
All right. What did you guys think about the Enola Gay grenades, the BB grenades, and the new paint grenades?
Those are gonna be cool.
Those are gonna be really cool, definitely.
Yeah, we should have those coming in next week. We signed an updated dealer agreement. You're gonna have to buy them only at the field, just so you guys know. A lot of people asked us. Right now, they were the first company in a long time to get an ATF exemption back. Years and years ago, paint grenades used to have a cool kind of exploding. ATF cracked down on it. So these are the first legal ones. I know someone will say, oh, there's been airsoft ones. Well, yeah, there's been ones brought over illegally, but these are going to be completely field legal, legal with the ATF, most importantly. So, those are going to be awesome. So stay tuned.
Lone Wolf's gone at least 5 years since we've been raided. We want to keep that number.
So we will have those in as soon as we get them in. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll definitely do a video of the exploding paint grenades going off and then exploding airsoft. Because we are doing airsoft rec games again out there this year, monthly games. So check out the website on that. But we'll have a video for both. We just got to find a volunteer who's going to step on the grenade, so to speak, and see how well the paint sprays.
We'll have Mark pull out his slow motion camera so you can see everything in detail.
That'll be cool.
Oh,
That might be the video to rent the slow mo for.
For sure.
But
Cool. And touching base too, because like I said, they've got the BB grenades coming, and we're going to be running airsoft gun games this season again. We also set up an airsoft channel we'll be announcing soon on YouTube, so that you guys that are interested into the airsoft and BBs and whatnot and that kind of gear, it'll be a whole separate channel. So you paintballers are like, no, I don't want to see it. You don't have to watch it. You'll see the announcement video for it, and all future videos after that point, airsoft related, will go on the separate channel. Just so you know.
I like that because a lot of these strictly paintballers are
Yep.
strictly paintballers. So separate channel, no need to worry. We're not going to clutter our channel.
Exactly. Field 1 MVP 2, that was the former Bob Long.
He didn't have anything there that we could actually hold hard in hand because it's still in the process or prototyping or whatever it may
Production,
be.
So were those just photos on the
Those
wall?
were
or was that
photos on the
physical?
wall.
no, those were
Just
photos.
a photo. All
Yeah,
right.
so the gun wasn't actually there. He had the original MVP. They added like the Hitman bar and an optional this and an optional that. You can watch the video.
And that was very interesting because, like, I think Tuesday, Eric was actually there, and as soon as you walk up, you can kind of see the milling in the new pump is very similar to like the Bob Long closer. If
Yes,
you look at it,
yep,
there's
yep.
some very similarities. I don't think he really appreciated me saying that, but I was like, dude, it's right there, and a lot of people like the milling of the closer. So I'm like, I don't know why it's viewed like as a
Not
negative.
negative,
You know, it's like, I know I tried to hit him up for not freebies, but I was asking them about like old Bob Long parts because people are still building like, you know, their Intimidator,
Oh,
their
yeah,
Dream
yeah.
Intimidator. So I was trying to pop them for some species parts, and
Gotcha.
Eric did say though they sold a lot of old inventory to Dirty Works or something like that. They've got a lot of feed necks and stuff if anybody's looking for
Old school Timmy
yeah,
parts.
Timmy parts, because I know to complete my species I'm gonna have to definitely do some looking around, but it's pretty interesting, and he conveniently was letting us know how Ryan Greenspan got conveniently laid over in Hawaii of all places.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's-
oh, he got delayed, did
That's
you?
got to be laid over at.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we actually-
telling you.
We actually ran into him as we were flying out on Tuesday afternoon. Greenspan was actually just coming in, so we ran into each other as we were getting off the hotel shuttle at the airport. He was
Oh,
getting on.
nice.
Yeah, he was getting on to get over. So, but,
So back on
Yeah,
topic though, Field 1.
Yeah.
They're bringing Bob Long back. That's the moral of the story. Bob Long is coming back again. Not him per se, but he sold the company off, and they're trying to bring back what he originally had given to the paintball community. So
yeah, so the guys in the Field 1, so the Dynasty guys and everything, that's going to be their main sponsor team. They're supposed to be coming out with a new spool valve gun as well. Do you remember what he said it was? It was like
He had some
it was like the Galaxy or like the
something.
the Dynasty Destiny. Or something. Yeah, it was
they're coming out with something new.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
not out
you gotta
yet.
watch your video. So, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see. What they do this year.
Did you guys ask them if they're like still keeping everything in stateside, or is it still going to be made in the U.S. of A? That's one thing I forgot to ask them if they were going to be
I don't
keeping
know.
like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So.
Hopefully they do. It'd be nice to, at least have somebody still making something in the
Right.
U.S. of A.
So does that mean, since the Field 1, Chris Davis asks, since the Field 1 weren't real guns on the wall, does that mean the training seminar they didn't
Field
have?
1 Force. That's what he put in there. That was the new
Oh.
gun the Dynasty's supposed to be shooting.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
So the
Does
Field
that mean like they weren't actually working on them in the training
Yeah.
classes?
They just got pre-orders then? Because usually isn't that's the whole gimmick.
I
right?
don't
You do
know
the
exactly
instructor,
what training
you
class
get a
they had. I don't know if
discount.
they had an MVP2 training class because I highly doubt it.
No,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
they didn't even have the gun ready yet. So yeah, those ones. If they had any type of training class, it would have been on the old guns.
Yes.
But I mean, Bob wasn't there, Zach wasn't there. It seemed like Eric
Yeah.
was the one running the booth. So yeah, I don't recall if they had anybody.
Well, and the thing is that people need to realize though too is it takes time. You can have some hiccup on a machine or whatever.
Oh
It-
yeah.
it-
You got to restart.
everybody we live in an instant where everybody's like, what? It didn't. I mean, it takes time. All you need is a machine to go down or something, or
Yeah.
it's just there's a lot. There takes a lot of time
Or
and
something was
effort.
milled an eighth of an 1/18 of an inch off, and you got to restart.
Well, exactly.
So,
But
yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to bring a gun to market, you know. But it takes a lot of testing though too. And I mean, if you look at the auto
time,
industry,
money.
they're usually like 4 years ahead. So you're trying to bring something new to market. I mean, I think a Planet Eclipse and like GI or Empire, whoever's that's like really making their guns. I mean, they got to be at least 2 years ahead of trying things and looking at things. Where, I mean,
A lot
it's
of work.
just-
Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of time goes into it. So
Real quick, Joe, what Stephen Williams wants to know, how much for a new Mini GS?
the new Mini GS is now worth $299. So
So,
they were $379. New map is $299. So
all right, call the store. You can get one sent out to you, free shipping if you're in the U.S. Back to the Enola Gay grenades again. How safe are they? Are they like the flares where you just gotta make sure you point it away?
You pull it
before you-
off to the side. The outer is actually like an egg carton cardboard. So that's the outer shell. It's not plastic. It is truly like a cardboard. And the inside, there's a paint pouch for the paint grenade, and it's all wire pull. They're super safe. They've even said they've tested them in hand per se.
not
And
recommended.
they're not gonna, they're not gonna hurt you. So there that is. They've been tested. They've been ATF approved. So trust me, they're gonna be safe.
Yeah, that was one thing we asked them off the video. Yeah, so they designed it so if you accidentally, like if you step on one of them, it's just gonna flatten. It's not gonna make you trip and fall. The airsoft BBs inside themselves are kind of like a clay.
Yeah.
So they're not as hard. It's not shooting real shrapnel at you. So yes, but yeah, supposed to be very safe. So like I said we'll definitely have a video coming out as soon as those arrive. So
that'll be awesome.
Any chance? I wonder if they'll have them at Legends this year.
I would assume they'll be available
I
at
mean,
Legends.
the paintball ones. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure
oh,
they
yeah.
use the airsoft ones, but and then one of the other cool
Hey,
things.
you're throwing BBs at us.
One of the other cool things Nola Gay said they're coming out with is they're going to be working on a
Indoor
flashbang,
flashbang.
an indoor flashbang. So especially for the guys that do airsoft, the CQB style, that'll be really cool. Yeah, it'll be all approved. It'll be safe sound levels, things like that. So not going to blow your eardrum out. So that's something they're working on. That's not available currently, but that is definitely in the works. So
Awesome. We had a few people comment on the video about the Ninja fill station, like, I can buy that, or why did we even do it? You want to elaborate a little bit about the fill station, why that's a big deal from Ninja?
yeah, I replied to a couple of people. Yeah, the fill stations themselves, I mean, they're not really going to be for the end consumer unless you're running a paintball field or you have bulk storage tanks and a compressor and everything at your house. But yeah, the new Ninja fill station, obviously from the player's standpoint, is supposed to be super easy and smooth, very, very minimal effort. Which obviously, the quicker you can get your tank filled, the less work, the quicker you're back on the field, especially in those X-ball matches and things like that. From the field standpoint, it's supposed to be even easier to maintain, keep running. Obviously, if the field doesn't have air, you guys can't play. So from our standpoint, it's supposed to be a little bit cheaper too than they used to be. So it's supposed to be better, it's supposed to be cheaper. So yeah, looking forward to getting those. They had actually last year they came out with a new fill station. That one worked pretty well for us this year, and this one's supposed to be even better. So
Nice.
yeah,
So
kinda-
as to why we did it, we really just kind of went around and shot videos of all the new product, whether it be mostly obviously for you guys, the viewers, but a couple of the stuff was more dealer end per se. But we shot all the new product. That's what we went there to do.
Wonderful.
Can with that as well, I got to sit in the Ninja class as well, and Ray was kind of handling that, going over the product. If you guys believe in things being made in the US of A and stuff, you really need to take a look at Ninja.
Yeah,
Ray
for
was
sure.
going over a lot of everything's like in-house made, and
Ninja has a lot of
everything.
good products. They do a lot of good products.
Support them. You like US made product, support Ninja. That's for sure.
Now, I know a lot of you guys use Ninja tanks
Oh,
on
yeah.
your guns.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What were your
I think all
thoughts
three
on
of us have a Ninja tank.
Oh yeah.
That's usually what we screw on when we do our efficiency tests
Yeah,
and stuff,
oh, yeah.
because they're reliable. And
Oh, they're
really
awesome.
light.
I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah, their service too.
Best on the
You know,
market.
at the events, we had a guy named Blake that his stuff always breaks naturally. And 10 minutes before we're supposed to hit the field at World Cup, His, of course, he had messed up his tank tinkering with it the night before. And ran over to Ninja. Those guys slapped new parts on it free of charge, and he was back out there. So yeah, Ninja, those guys look great. Matt said Ray, Nate, all those guys over there, real good. So yeah, definitely look into them if you don't got a Ninja.
That Blake, he's a tinkerer, all right.
Yeah. Trying to keep it PG for my feed.
He likes to tinker. But some competition this year. First Strike had a bunch of their own tanks.
They're called the Hero tanks. They're new lightweight tanks. They got a toolless upper layer on the bonnet that actually lifts up, and you can spin to whatever direction you want. So a lot of people, when they screw their tank on their fill nipples and their left or their right hand, when they switch hands, face it to the bottom, and that way you won't have anything digging into your wrist when you're holding your gun to shoot.
I was privileged to sit in that class as well, learning and finding out about the Hero tank as well, and I like their features on that rig too, because I think they called it the Crown, but
yes, exactly.
But like what you're saying is, I thought it was awesome though, because if you have more than like one paintball marker and everybody's always trying to get that, find that tank where the nipple's got to be in the right way. It's like I can sit there and use it on an Etha 2 or on a Die M2
you
or
literally
whatever.
just grab it, pull it up, and spin and drop it back. That's all magnetic.
Yeah, it has two rare earth magnets to hold that little sucker down. So when you lift it and rotate it, it keeps it down. And it was
It's a
very
really cool
interesting, kind of hearing
Cool
about
design, for
that
sure.
and stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. Mike Banks says, "Bring the auto mag back."
Yeah,
the auto mag is back. You gotta go to Airguns Designs.
Yeah, the auto mag.
website.
Yeah, the auto mag actually never really left. It just
died off for a while.
Just no one was really talking about it. But yeah, air guns. Yeah, air guns. Ever since they first came out, they've over these last 10, 15 years, where no one shot them. You've been able to get parts for them. They were kind of expensive, so I don't know now if. But I know they had posted they actually redid their website. Updated their shopping carts, all that type of stuff. So yeah, you guys can check out Airguns Designs. The mag never dropped off, and with the MXL doing mechanical division,
it's all coming back.
Success of the UWL.
Yep.
Yeah, everything's kind of come full circle. So everyone's back to the wood stuff. But yeah, speaking of cockers, the Inceptions designs, everyone's super. I think Matt probably spent a couple months rent over at the Inceptions booth.
At least.
You check out our video with Simon. He's done some incredible stuff for the autococker, for all the collectors and things like that. He's been putting on awesome parts, new valves, new bodies types, custom milling, the pump kits, bringing back the Predator. I think Matt's got himself a couple Predators reserved. But yeah, paintball's come back. It's started out in the woods as a slow, methodical game, and it's kind of looped back to where everybody wants that. They want that old school mechanical, and you just can't beat it. So.
No, absolutely not. Well, and with that, while you're touching on that, I did get to spend a little bit of time hearing Simon share his heart and stuff about the cocker, and his wife Emily was there as well, and Simon was talking about how much it meant to him that I think it was Living Legends like a year or two ago that Bud Orich showed up.
Yeah.
And Bud wasn't sure on how he would be perceived and stuff after WGP being sold. And
for all the guys that are watching that aren't like 30, that are 30 or under, Bud Orr is the inventor of the autococker. That's why a lot of guys going, "What's an autococker?"
WGP, right?
That sounds dirty.
Like, and who's this Bud guy that you're talking about? Everyone's so fond of.
But Simon was like, kind of talking to him about it, and I guess from more or less what Simon was saying is that when he showed up to one of the big events, he was kind of like around, and people were just like, "Oh my gosh, Bud Orr's here." So even Bud Orr's been very much behind a lot of the stuff that Simon's been doing, and it was good to hear that even just from Simon, because we have these great inventors that have kind of not only made the industry, but they were coming from a background of inventing and stuff. And we don't know how much longer we're gonna have them around, and it's like, but
you know something we don't.
No, but I'm just saying they're getting older though. A lot of the guys, they were in their late 30s, 40s, and the early mid 80s when they were making paintball markers, when the industry was like really becoming more than a you know, a Splat Master or a survival pistol.
Go
So-
back to our old videos, see how young Tony was when we started. That was only 2 years ago.
I had a lot less gray hair back then.
But I mean, it gives you a certain appreciation to know that, you know, somebody that, you know, invented something is willing to, you know, look up to somebody that's kind of being more modern and taking that a little bit farther. Because I know there are some people that were upset, you know, about the price point or whatever of the Predator. But what they don't realize is, I mean, it's an autococker. I mean, you know,
They were
whatever the-
never cheap. They were never cheap to begin with, unless you just bought even a plain stock body, which
Yeah.
still would run you.
I mean, but the thing is, though, too, is like, you know, you look at the old Predators. Any of you guys want to look at the original Predators from the 90s? I was actually talking to Ed Whalen, who's been a paintball pro and stuff, and we were discussing it. And he was even telling me, like, the original Predator was made, like, by Bell Sales. And the feed
Yeah.
and the feed was on the left side of the gun and not on the right, because
Most
They-
guys
they-
are right-handed. So
yeah, it
looking
makes
down
sense
the side
to
of the
have
right side of the gun, so you keep your hopper off to the left.
exactly. And I mean, people that may or may not be into cocker stuff, like Bell Sales makes some of the best pneumatics around. They're very picky on their tolerances and stuff. So I was getting an education from Ed about it, but when we were sitting there talking about it and everything, it's like, you know, some of those are going to be wall hangers where there may be some people that play with them, but then you got ones where it's a right feed or whatever. I think John Dresser from PD Nation actually has a real one with it on the left, but it's like, but you know, I'm never going to be able to find one. That'll be like a bucket list item for me, being a cocker, you know, loving
Well,
person, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm never going to find a left feed, and I would rather have a left feed than a right feed. So if I can't get a left feed, best case scenario is a center feed. So
True. That's true.
You know, so it's like, you know, it's just kind of nice to kind of have something to be able to do with that. And I did talk to Emily about that. Simon was teaching his class, and Emily said that the UK Predators will be practicing this year, and then they will be definitely competing in 2018. So, so it's kind of good to see all
Good job, Mark.
these.
That folder you're pulling up showing up on the live feed.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my browser window because I was going to talk about
But
something before
it's
we
kind of
tapped
nice to
out.
see a lot of these old teams kind of coming back and coming across the pond, and
Definitely.
and a lot of the you know, a lot of the old pros and stuff even still in the game, because I know you guys had seen like the push boot down at Cup, and you
Yeah.
see guys like Brian Benini and all these guys from like
Yeah.
from the original Pish video. I mean, and it's like, dude, we grew up like wanting to
Looking up
be
to
these
those
guys
guys.
in the woods, and now like they're, you know, still in the industry. It's just awesome.
All the camera views are gone right now.
It'll be back in a second.
Oh,
Just
that's until
have some patience.
So
Mark's the tinker. now.
Real quick, everybody wants to know what are the thoughts on the Axe 2. We did the efficiency test and kind of first unveiling shooting video, but more thoughts, comments.
it was nice, and the one thing about the efficiency test I did put in the comments, we found it after when we shot, and I was like, that gun just seemed like it was shooting really fast. The velocity on it was like 320 or 325.
It was spicy.
Yeah, we forgot to chrono it in, so that definitely would have gave it, gave it a decent amount more extra shots. So, might have to revisit that one time and give it a fair shake, chrono it in that.
I'd give it another shake. I'd give it another pod.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'd
so-
give it 9 pods instead of 8. So
All right.
But that was nice. Compared to the Etha 2, they're both going to be about the same price point. Both of the guns have some good upgrades over their predecessors and whatnot. So.
I can recommend just watch the video again, because I gave my full analysis, breakdown, and opinion on that. So
And then, one of the other guys asked too about the Axe, if they're going to still making the original one. They said they were, but I would assume eventually
they're gonna phase it out.
It'll start getting phased out naturally. Tony went over that video. There was a ton of upgrades they did to the new one. You can't go wrong with either one of those guns. So
That was semi-capped you were shooting in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
heard
ripping.
them old fingers. Like 18 balls per second. I'm like, wow, that brings back some
That thing
memories.
was ripping. That thing was ripping. What's up, Uncle Mark? What now?
Any other?
I
mean, anything else you want to touch base on? that?
I did want to kind of pitch something. We had
Sales
discussed this
pitch.
a little bit while we were at Cup, and so you guys put your opinion in. But if you guys recall, while we were at Cup, I was talking to you about. I talked to Chris from Contract Killer about doing a kind of a old school X-ball type tournament or matches. Would you guys still,
Like where they ran, you could have a point if necessarily, like 10 versus 7, stuff like that.
Well, I'm just thinking,
Like the old school, like
well, we got
we used to
Mark.
do like 2 like 30-minute halves.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I think if we could find some guys, even some made up teams or whoever can endure 15 balls per second.
Yeah.
We got the video tech over here.
Yeah, whoever's pockets are deep
Oh.
enough to do all that tape, pretty much.
Well, but I mean, even if it's just a running even smaller quarters or something, I think
Yeah, that'd be fun. So yeah, speaking of X-Ball, we're doing we have this will be the 3rd season of the Northern Extreme Paintball League, NXPL, between Lone Wolf and Crew. We were the 2 kind of founding fields of the league. This year we'll be doing X-Ball. We've actually added added another field host, Blast Camp out of Indiana. So we'll definitely be doing the X-Ball stuff. Love the scoreboards, all that type of thing. But we might be able to pick a Sunday, get a bunch of old school guys out there and just grind it out. True, the original 2 30-minute halves, 15 balls a second.
So that's
they're out there. They're out there. There's at least one guy that I know that refs free all that he would definitely want to get on that if he can afford the paint budget. But with that too, though, like the NXPL, I just want to say thank you to you, Joe and Tony and Chris, and just for even doing that. I mean, that means a lot for Michigan paintball. I know Blast Camp and going into Indiana, but you guys have actually given a great venue and a great league that actually works with the APPA and kind of makes things fair for everybody, where there's not a lot of sandbagging and everything. And thank you, because you guys have really turned Michigan paintball around for the better. I really mean it.
Yeah, you guys tournament players, like I said, check out nxplevents.com. First event is going to be April 22nd and 23rd. 5-man division Saturday and X-Ball on Sunday. But getting back on topic to Extravaganza, just kind of thinking of any other stuff. So we went through just actually kind of thinking. So the floor plan there, Exalt, just kind of a recap. Exalt Paintball, we did a video on them. They came out with their new Carbon Series market case. The thing's incredibly small. And when you watch that video, he starts opening up, and it's got like it was like a trapper keeper.
Yeah,
it looked so tiny. But he starts flipping and compartments. I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, so yeah, that was pretty cool. They came out with the Exalt barrel mates have always been super popular. They had the barrel, now they come out with, what were they calling it? I know it has a fuzzy on both ends.
The Supreme swab or something.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, kind of the floor plan. You guys watched our live video, you could see it. You had the Exalt booth. You had Virtue right on the right. The big thing with them was
Ninja straight ahead.
It was their paint announcement. Ninja had the had the new fill station and whatnot for dealers. Like I said, tried and true systems on the air. Inception's designs. Like I said, Simon's doing a bunch of really bringing the autocockers back. Had a lot of parts for it, custom milling, things like that. And at GOG, the big release this year was the XL kit. And then, a bunch of special edition colors of deluxes. We went over to the Vulcan booth, the new Prophet, the VSL that should be ready soon. Mark's friends at Odin didn't have anything new except for except for a baby blue. They're still working on that prototype of the KP3.
I think they did release a new pump, didn't they? They did something.
I think they're working on it.
It's still working. They had the same one from last year that they're still working on. So.
Oh, okay.
Which like you mentioned, it takes a long time to get stuff going and everything.
I just had a baby blue,
in there to look at something.
Beautiful blue.
Yeah, and we covered Field 1, which is the new name of formerly Bob Long and Blast. The MVV2 coming out sometime. And then the Force that you'll see Dynasty shooting, close bolt gun. Die with the LTR, the new entry level goggle. They had some splash colors of the new the M2 MOS Air.
First Strike with their hero tanks, and soon to be in the future, the drum mag, which isn't out yet. The hero tanks are, and the Enola Gay with the airsoft and the paint wire pull grenades.
All right,
So that's yeah, pretty much a general recap of everybody was there. You know, like we said, it was still a great event. A lot of cool stuff that came out. Didn't seem quite as big as last year, comparatively. But still a great experience. Got to meet with a lot of other store and field owners and just talk about the season and what everybody's doing, everybody's plans, things like that. So it's always a great networking event. Got to see some cool new stuff. We didn't have as much time there as years before, but Matt was there most of the week, did all the classes, took full advantage of that. So overall successful event. It's always fun. Like I said, it's probably the one event where we go to, it's all just dealers and industry people. Normally you're going to tournaments and you got all the other chaos of playing and so it takes away from the networking and really just talking tech and talking business and things like that. So it was a good experience. I hope everybody enjoyed all the videos we did and whatnot. So
let us know in the comments or in the feed here real quick. We're gonna start wrapping up, but we're gonna give away some T-shirts. So while we're still talking, comment or put in the chat what your favorite Paintball Extravaganza video was that we did. What was the product that you were most excited about, or that you liked Tony's demeanor, or whatever. Just let us know which one of the Paintball Extravaganza videos was your favorite. We'll pick a couple people randomly while we're wrapping up here. So if you stuck the whole time, then you might benefit here. Matt, anything you want to plug or let the people find you at, check you out, Detroit Paintball, the team?
Yeah, DetroitPaintball.com. I've been experimenting with some stuff. I'm looking at trying to do some stuff. As far as testing, I've been looking at fulfillment centers to try to get more product out there and faster. The downside is a lot of the fulfillment centers none of them are in Michigan. They're all California, whatnot. And I'm trying to figure out more on what Detroit Paintball should go and such. So.
And where can people find some of your fine shirts?
Fine shirts are available at Lone Wolf here at the indoor in Clinton Township. Also, hopefully in spring, I am in talks with the owner. They will be available at Lone Wolf West as well, and they're also available at Crew Paintball in Flint, Michigan.
What about on your website?
And they are available on the website as well. Some of the stuff I am looking at trying to drop some baseball style T-shirts hopefully come spring, and it just takes time. I've really tried to get a lot of the current line of shirts that you see are all screen printed in Michigan by a pretty big company. So when you buy the shirts, you're actually promoting and helping others be employed as well. So you're taking care of Michigan jobs on that front. I do have some barrel covers, headbands. We're getting there. It's like trying to get things situated to do like a big release, to kind of do the whole Michigan paintball thing. But at the same time, it's like, it takes capital, and I have a regular job. So Detroit Paintball is really just, it's about Michigan paintball. It doesn't do anything to, I don't use any of the sales or anything to take care of my paintball stuff. It goes back into kind of keep the whole machine going. But I'm excited. I'm trying to brainstorm on more stuff that I'd like to see, some heritage type stuff, and now getting to talk to Caesar and stuff. Man, who knows? Skies are kind of the limit. So if you guys are interested, definitely look at DetroitPaintball.com. Definitely like us on Facebook, and by all means, I try to get as much product as I can into the store hands. I'm definitely going to be trying to branch out a little bit more and try to get more playing this year, being at more of the local fields and stuff, and being out there. So if you want to hit me up or whatever, by all means, feel free to do that.
Awesome. Tony looks like he's got to go potty or something. He's been itching to climb out the window.
So it looks
Home
like,
beat.
yeah, it looks like, so people that responded was Tequila14 says has to be the new die rotor, was one of his favorites, or the Vulcan hopper, cheap entry level stuff excites me as a player. Chris Davis, best interview had to be Azotin. We have blue. That was a good one. And Addictive Gamer said the Vulcan stuff. We did a couple videos with Travis on the new VSL, the Vulcan switch loader, and then the updated version. Like we said, Vulcan had bought the Prophet line and ended up redoing it. So it's the Vulcan Prophet SC, removable foam. Kind of got rid of the super heavy duty earmuff style. Kept the dual strap, which everybody was kind of the signature of that goggle. So
I think
But,
Travis said they did something with the
yeah,
venting
with the
or
venting and the mouth
something.
too, make it a little easier. So,
Yeah.
what were you?
Well, I'm thinking.
Pick a couple.
Well, Tequila14's been in the chat since the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, Tequila14, call the store 586-463-9500.
Yeah.
You'll reach Adam. We'll verify who you are by having you leave a comment on one of the videos, and we'll get your address, shirt size, and send one out to you. Who else do you think deserves one for watching? Joe, pick a name. We got a lot in there.
Chris has already got more than enough Lone Wolf stuff. So
Yeah.
What about Addictive Gamer? He's been in here. He'd commented on one of the videos he liked.
Sounds good. Addictive Gamer. Again, call the store, and we'll verify your ID and get you out a shirt.
So cool.
And
Wonderful.
last thing before we go, kind of a sneak preview announcement. We started a Patreon account. Let me pull that up real quick. So if you want to support Lone Wolf and the videos we're creating, we've got a lot of things under our hat for 2017, and becoming a patron and a sponsor is a great way to help our channel grow and get in at the ground level. We've got some awesome rewards starting with like behind the scenes. You want to see Tony cursing at a hopper when he's trying to take it apart in one of the videos. Never made the finished video, but
It happens plenty of times.
it happens. Let me pull up their holding. If you go all the way to the top level, you can see the sign there in the video. It's a 16 by 16 metal print. So if you're at their top level, then that's one of the rewards. We'll have special shirts. We'll have
Meet and greets with Mark. You can rub his bald head. You can
meet
do
and
that.
greets, exclusive. Oh god, exclusive
Google
hangouts. Yeah, you got me off track. We want to live stream all the tournaments this year that we do. We want to travel to come see you guys. You'll get sneak peeks at the videos before anybody else. The uncut, the unedited.
You get your day if you're on certain levels. We're going to be doing a big list of supporting Patreon members here at the indoor. That'll be hanging up in the general staging area. A couple different color codings depending on your level. Separate page on the web page and all that.
So go check it out. Patreon.com/LoneWolfPB. Links are on the LoneWolfPaintball.com website as well. Check out Matt.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments if you want to see us do more of this kind of stuff. And that's about it. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for subscribing, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Go
See you
play
on the
some
field.
paintball.